Hey everyone, here's cousin Kitwana, and in this episode of Kitwana's Toys, I have the power to take you back to your childhood in the 1980s, when besides Star Wars, Masters of the Universe were the coolest thing in the toy stores. And today I take you back to your childhood by actually looking at a brand new toy, brand new Masters of the Universe toy. And it is definitely one of the largest and coolest toys of that franchise ever made. And the shipping carton already gives away what we are going to look at today. It is a brand new toy, the 1/6 scale Battle Cat, released by Mondo in October 2022, and it's actually a limited edition toy. And the way this limited edition release worked was that they put it up for pre-order on their website for an entire week. So that was a timed limited edition, and they simply took all the orders that were flowing in over the course of a week, and then they made exactly as many as they received orders. And the shipping carton has a label on it that also tells us how many orders they received, respectively how many they made. Just over 4,010. So that's a limited edition of 4,000, we can say, and they probably keep 10 of them just in case any issues with quality control arise, so that they can provide a replacement. And without further ado, I want to unbox this thing, as I really can't wait. I mean, I love every big cat toy. I really just love, and when I saw this Battle Cat being announced, I simply had to get it, even though I wasn't a super big Masters of the Universe fan in my childhood. So I actually spent the $499, ordered it, and it got delivered just a couple minutes ago this morning. It is September 12th, 2023. You can see on the label on the shipping box that I got a pretty high number of the 4,000 made. I guess they served the US customers first, and then at the end they shipped out the international orders. And I know some of the folks in the US have gotten theirs about a month ago, starting in early August 2023. And now I finally have mine. It got here within a week. Fast shipping, no issues with that. Now let's take a look, and this box is actually super heavy. Okay. And speaking of quality, they definitely spared no expense in the packing materials either. As I opened the zipper box, I found a piece of cardboard to protect the contents from any scissors and knives that you use to open it. And they also provided plastic end caps to protect the actual box of the toy during the shipping process from any crosses or mishandling. Okay, now we get to the box of the actual toy, and wow, this is so stunning. The artwork on the front of the box. He-Man on Battle Cat. Wow, I'm definitely keeping this box. This is huge. This box is really big. You can probably guess by looking at it and comparing to my size. Wow. And the sides, we got some writing, Battle Cat 6-scale figure. This is the first 6-scale figure of Battle Cat, by the way. And on the back we've got a little description of their role in the Masters of the Universe. Box opens on this side, And then we can see it's nicely protected by styrofoam inserts, which I don't really like actually. The pellets stick everywhere, so make sure that you have a vacuum cleaner with you. Alright, what do we have in here? Lots of paper that protect everything. Taking out the entire contents, and we can see there's going to be some assembly required. We've got 4 different heads. Now be careful when removing all the protective paper. To properly do that, you will need to remove the front paws of the actual Battle Cat body. It takes a bit of force, but don't worry, you cannot break them. This toy is made very sturdy and, as said, really, really heavy. Okay, we've got a total of 9 pieces, and I was able to unbox them without doing any damage to them. However, I do see a problem on Battle Cat's saddle. Something that looks like paint drop, or probably a residue from the paper or something. Looks like some white sticky stuff that I was able to get off. But I really had to work with warm water and a brush. It was pretty difficult to get it off, and it was pretty difficult to get it off completely, but now I think it looks fine. What did we find in the box? We've got 4 different swappable heads, 2 with armor, and then we've also got a Baby Cringer figure. Of course, the body of Battle Cat, wow, this is huge, and the saddle, and 2 pieces of armor for his front legs. Okay, what do we start with? Let's take a look on Baby Cringer first. Aww, how cute is he? Oh, I have to take a detailed look. I love how he has his head tilted. Oh, you can see many details. The eyes, the face is done very, very nicely. You can see, can almost see his tongue, nose holes, and the yellow stripes. The paint job of them is really, really nice. No smudges or anything. This actually isn't an action figure. It's a solid piece, even though it was it's made out of several parts. The tail is separate, the front legs are separate, but there aren't any actual joints. It's pretty heavy though. I've seen people selling this one, and it's already at a price of $150 to $200 on eBay. But I don't think I will sell mine. He's just too cute and simply has to go together with the actual Battle Cat. Let's set him aside and take care of the rest of the contents. We take the body of Battle Cat, and wow, this is super, super heavy. That's definitely not a child's toy. I mean, that's even it's exhausting to handle for an adult like me even. The package, the entire package actually weighed over 6 kilograms, 13 pounds, and that body alone is around 10 pounds, so just so you know what you're getting into. And speaking of Baby Cringer, I think that's the first head we are going to look at. The first of the 4 swappable heads. So I think I'll put away the other stuff so I've got a bit more room on my table. Alright, so you can see the body has this peg. It's actually a movable peg at the front where the head attaches to. Looks like this, and just simply connect that together. Well, as with any manipulations of this toy, you're going to need a bit of force to do everything, to move him, to change parts. This is, I think I did this right. So here we have Cringer. Cringer in its adult form, I'm inclined to say. And look at that. Oh, his head looks amazing. You can see this little tooth sticking out. The eyes and the paint job are simply fantastic. This head has such a lot of character. They were able to capture the character of this character really, really well. Oh, look at that. Looks great from all sides. The jaw on this one actually doesn't move. But what you can move is, of course, the head. You can tilt him. And you can look down. You can look up a bit. I wish he was able to look up a bit more. But that's okay. Oh. Okay. Of course, I want to show you all the 4 heads. And since this is actually Battle Cat, let's put on the head of Battle Cat. So, removing the Cringer Head. There we go. Alright, here is the version of Battle Cat head without armor, and I think that's my favorite. Let's connect that. Wow. Oh. Wow. Wow, I'm so impressed. Oh. It's such a cool toy. Look at that. Oh. The face expression is so cool, and definitely it's super accurate. The structure, the fur, detailed nose, and the coolest thing is you can actually open its mouth. The lower jaw is actually poseable, and you can see the correct amount of teeth for a tiger. Battle Cat is actually a tiger. It's referred to as a green tiger. And we can see that's more or less an accurate set of teeth. Almost looks like a saber-tooth tiger though. But definitely what does count is that it is accurate and true to the animated series. And now that we have Battle Cat, this gives us an opportunity to look at the body. Actually at the entire toy. In terms of size of the entire figure, let's take a look. It's around 36, 38 centimeters in length, not including the tail. And 24 centimeters of height. That's around 9.5 by 15 inches, so this is huge, 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 and I said around 10 pounds, 5 kilograms of weight. So I said this is heavy, and moving the joints it's rather difficult, but it works. Just don't be afraid, you cannot break anything. So I'm going to show you a few of the manipulations you can do. This is my favorite for a big cat. The attack pose. This battle cat is about to pounce. Oh, wow, wow. Oh my God. Oh, and did you see on the front paws, each of the claws is actually poseable as well. Wow. Oh man, this is so cool. I've never seen a toy like this. It's such a high level of articulation. This is insane, actually. I wanted to try counting the points of articulation. I mean, what we have on the front is, the first joint is the jaw, the lower jaw, and then we've got two neck joints. Actually tilt this head as well, like this. And then we've got the legs, front of the hips, the knees, the ankles, and then there's 1, 2, 3 joints in its body alone. Then the same level of articulation on his rear legs, except for the claws. They are not articulated. And the tail is actually movable as well. The tail is made of kind of a softer plastic than the rest of the body. Oh, this is actually exhausting, I'm telling you. Okay, can he actually fit? No. Okay. I get a little bit sidetracked when I've got cool big cat toys in my hands. Toys that you actually can play with. You can lower your head like this. That looks cool. I wish it was able to look up a little bit more. And I love that you can tilt it like this. But okay, let's look at the other two heads as well. Remove that. We've got two versions of the armored head. Showing you this one really quick. That's the one that got the heavier piece of armor on it. The armor on this one is of course not removable. That's the point of these swappable heads. The armor always stays on. I'll put that on real quick. And you can see also super great detail on it. The jaw on this one opens and closes as well. The lower jaw is articulated. You can see the eyes underneath the armor, golden horns. Wow. Let's take a look at the other armored head as well. And I think that's actually my favorite. I'll leave that on. an amazing head as well. Posable paw as well. Opens really, really far. Look at that angle. Oh wow. And despite the armor, you can tilt and pose the head up and down. The ears are sticking out of this one. That's cool. Cool little detail. The yellow striping aren't as prominent on this one as on the other heads. You can see them underneath a little bit. And now that we've got his armored head on, let's actually make Battle Cat ready for a battle and put the rest of his armor on, including his saddle. But first, before we get to the saddle, we put on these two pieces of armor for his front legs. And the way to do this is you have to remove the feet paws again. Simply pull them out. And you can see there's a little knot. And then put the armor on. The lower part of the armor has to be flush with the end of the leg before you put the paws back on. And as you are about to connect the feet paws again, take note of the little nuts that will fit into the leg, and make sure that the thumb claw is on the inside. Just like on a real big cat, a tiger or a lion, they always got their thumb claws on the inside. Important to note, the horns, yeah, I would call them horns, not claws, on the leg armor have to point outwards and slightly to the back. So make sure when assembling that, and then we have him look like this. The leg armor is in place, the feet paws are put together as well, and we've got the armored version of the head on. Now we can bring in the saddle. And the way to put the saddle on him is, you can take a look underneath the saddle. This is actually being put together of several sections of rather soft rubber parts. They are numbered from 1 through 5, with part number 1 needing to be towards the front, towards the head of Battle Cat. As said, part number 1 needs to be at the front, number 5 is at the back where the tail begins, and you can connect the strap very easily, like this. Wow! Oh my god, it's Battle Cat in its full glory! The way I remember him from my childhood. Oh. Okay, look. Now let's take a detailed look on the saddle real quick. And I definitely spare no expense on this saddle either. You can see the straps, rubber straps for He-Man's feet to fit in. And if you look closely on the armor, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera actually, but I can definitely see it with my own eyes. There's a tiny amount of glitter that is visible if the lighting conditions are perfect. You get some really nice decor detail. That's for a little Battle Cat engraved. And the actual seat kind of feels like a leather It's not real Lego, it's fake of course, but it looks really, really accurate. Wow. And it's got several sections. Look at the back where detail begins. You can actually adjust that a little bit as you pose Battlecat. It will, the saddle and the armor will adapt. Now that's definitely a toy I always wish to have, and I'm sure many Master of the Universe fans would have killed to have a Battlecat that big back in the 80s. Speaking in terms of size, I think I can do a little comparison. I've got another Battlecat here. That's the Revelation Battlecat from 2021. If I put these together next to each other, you can see the huge difference. I mean, that was already a huge toy, larger than the original and with more articulation compared to the original toy from the 1980s. This is how the 2021 Revelation Battlecat and the 2023 Mondo 6K Battlecat compare to each other. Wow. This doesn't need any words to describe. This is just impressive what we got here. Alright. Now we will be basically ready for playtime. Battlecat is ready. I am ready. But something is missing. Someone is missing, actually. You really didn't think I would end this video without He-Man, did you? Well, of course I didn't. Because I have the power in this episode of Kitwana's Toys. And so I shelled out another $250 to get He-Man, because these two are inseparable and going to look like how He-Man fits onto his steed. It's actually stirrups up right here. This is the regular version of the 6-scale He-Man figure that Mondo released a couple months back. But he's no less beautiful than the deluxe version and fits perfectly onto Battlecat. It's very easy to get his legs into the stirrups and pose him. Wow. He's got his power sword here. And look at that. Aren't they a fantastic duo? Wow. Tons of posing possibilities, and I'm sure that will be one of these centerpieces in the toy collection that you can see behind me, and these two will get a special place back there. You'll be able to see that on one of the next episodes of Kitwana's Toys, and I'll give you one last look. These two, wow, that's a childhood memory coming alive right there, and it's definitely one of the coolest Masters of the Universe collectibles that you can ever own. So now I do not have the power anymore. He-Man has the power, and with that being said, thank you so much for watching this episode of Kitwana's Toys. Goodbye.